We're back speaking with Neil Young this morning from Elixir Energy. Neil, morning.
Morning, Andrew. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
And look, significant update from you this morning, this partnership with Santos. Tell us a bit more about what's involved.
So we're very, very excited about this deal. It's a traditional farming deal, which means that basically we pay for some exploration work in two permits that Santos owns in the Taroom Trough. And in exchange, we acquire a 50% interest in a joint venture in those permits. So the exploration work in one of these is a well, which we'll drill later this year. In the other one, it's less material, it's seismic, which we'll do in the following year. So we will pay for and operate this farming work. Thereafter, we'll be in a 50-50 joint venture with Santos, which they will operate. And I'm sure most of our listeners know, they are one of the largest oil and gas companies in Australia and the largest as an onshore operator. Now, I and most of our team have worked for them and with them in the past, and we're very pleased to be establishing this JV with them.
Is this a similar play to what you've got at Grandis?
Yes, this is an addition to the Taroom Trough acreage that we've got, the deep basin-centered gas play that we have been proving up in ATP 2044. It also gives access to a slightly shallower play that Shell has been spending a lot of money on recently, and we understand will continue to do so later this year and moving forward. Now, that play is a little bit shallower, and what that often means in oil and gas is that you get more likelihood of having associated condensate or light oil with the gas stream. And so we believe that the play that Shell has been targeting extends north into one of the Santos blocks, and the well that we will drill later this year will be targeting that play, which Shell has been, as we understand it, very successfully chasing. So that's very exciting. This gives us more of the same and a lot more of the same. It also gives us something a little bit potentially better. So that's we're really, really excited about going for that.
Are there resources on these Santos blocks?
So we commissioned our usual independent reserve auditor, ERC Equipoise, to consider the additional resources that we would earn. And we've announced that there's quite a lot. Net to us is 1.2 trillion cubic feet. If we add that to what we've already got, we've now got 3 trillion cubic feet in this play, which is an enormous amount of gas. Now, one point to note here is that the deal comes with a cap raise, and no one likes people raising money because they issue new shares. They worry that those share issues dilute their ownership in an existing asset. But because we're acquiring a new asset with a lot of resources here, this deal, even including the fundraising, is not dilutive. It is, in fact, accretive. On a per share basis, including all the new shares, all shareholders now own more resources, and it's materially accretive. So that's pretty good in these circumstances.
So Neil, just remind us, how does this acquisition fit into the strategy at Elixir?
So in our Heartland block of ATP 2044, we've met all our commitments. We're now applying for a long-term retention lease. We could drill a new well there, and that would be enormously valuable in terms of gathering data. But here we're going to drill a new well in this Santos block. We're not only going to gather a lot of data, we're going to earn equity in a new block. So it's a lot of value add from that point of view. We are of the very, very firm belief that the Taroom Trough will and deserves to attract larger partners. And we believe that by adding to our resource, adding to our geographical footprint, adding to the array of targets that we've got, we're now even more attractive in those farming discussions.
Great to see you, Neil. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Andrew.